I'd like your opinion on something. What might happen at the next UK general election? I know we are 4 years away, near enough, from that election, but it's worth thinking about what might happen. And this is the first in a series of videos that we're making, asking for your opinion on the possible outcomes of a scenario that we're going to explore. And the point that I'm going to raise is that we don't know what is happening, but discussing the possibilities lets us prepare for the eventualities that might arise. The way I'm going to ask for your opinion is to vote in a YouTube poll, which is below this video. And I'm offering you 4 options of what might happen in 2029. One of which is that Labour will fail badly. I admit I'm not offering you an option of Labour doing well, because I simply can't see it happening now. I do genuinely believe that Labour is now going to stick to its neoliberal orthodoxy. It is going to let public services deteriorate even further, because Rachel Reeves is going to stick to her demand that the public sector's books balance, as she defines it. And as a consequence, people are going to become increasingly alienated from Labour, because it simply isn't going to do what is necessary to meet their needs, and people will react as a consequence. My belief is that the only option for Labour in 2029, which I'd like your opinion on, is will Labour suffer a heavy defeat? And that's one of the choices that you can make in the poll that I refer to below. Another of the choices that I offer you is that the Conservatives will also collapse by 2029. We know that Kemi Badenoch is having an appalling time as Conservative leader now. We know that her party are not united behind her. We know that the party as a whole, the Conservative Party as a whole, is having a terrible job at getting its message across because, frankly, no one wants to hear it anymore. They've had enough of everything to do with the Conservative Party. And it seems that the internal divisions within the party are only growing and getting worse. So the option that I'm suggesting to you is that the Conservatives are actually going to do much worse in 2029 than they did in 2024, collapsing to well under 100 seats and maybe becoming just a rump party left over at the end of the political life of what was once the most powerful force in democracy, as they put it. So is that the situation they're going to be in, either in long-term opposition or, frankly, simply a decided minority of no great significance? The third option that I think we have to consider is that Reform might win the 2029 general election. After all, at the moment, they are riding high in the opinion polls. That is despite the fact that it is very obvious that Nigel Farage is, for example, closely associated with Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is unpopular amongst many people in the UK population. It is also obvious that Reform is the Nigel Farage party in reality, and it's not at all clear that he's good at forming relationships with anybody else. And now that we have county councils run by Reform, it's not at all clear what they think they're going to do or what they're going to deliver. But despite that, what I'm suggesting is that Reform might still win in 2029 simply because of the anger and disillusionment which dominates the political narrative in the UK at present with regard to Labour and the Conservatives, who have, of course, been the main place where people have voted in the past. So the consequence could be that, against all the odds, far-right populism might still break through in the UK in 2029, even though the reality of Farage might have been sussed by then by a majority of people. And finally, I want to put to you a fourth option, which is that something new is going to emerge over the next few years, albeit, and I'm going to make this clear, new in the sense that we have other political parties and there's going to be a mass movement towards them. A new form of pluralist politics is, in other words, going to emerge. And it's going to be basically a situation where people will, at the next election, decide to vote for the Greens or the Liberal Democrats or the SNP or Plaid Cymru, and maybe others, particularly in Northern Ireland, of course. But the option will be there for people to actually pick somebody else on the list. And if these parties can cooperate and say, we are the lead opponent in this seat, And if these parties can also cooperate to suggest they're going to put forward another narrative, including the possibility, of course, of proportional representation, which would then allow tactical voting to reshape Parliament as a whole, we might end up with an entirely new approach to government. A new form of coalition politics might, in other words, become the norm. That could, of course, also include either the Tories or Labour. It's possible. But the fact is that these other parties might be the biggest shows in town come 2029, even though none of them may have sufficient votes to form a government. That's the whole point I'm making. Coalitions are going to become commonplace. So what do you see as plausible? I'm not suggesting that any of these are inevitable, but I'm looking to create a debate in the comments below, and I appreciate the number of comments we get on this channel, even though I can't respond to them all. But I'm also looking to understand where you are, what you think, and how this might work. Give it a go. Please do vote, have a look at the instructions below, and let's see what happens. Thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please do click the like and subscribe buttons because they do genuinely help us spread the word on YouTube. As importantly, could you have a look at the section below this video where it says more, and there you'll find a link to my blog. And if you follow that for the specific link to the blog entry related to this video, you'll find a transcript of this video and lots of other related material, plus a ChatGPT prompt that you could use to write a letter to your MP on the contents of this video, which will turn you into a campaigner, which will be a great thing to do. Finally, if you do appreciate the work we're doing, can you think about giving us a donation? If you'd like to do so, there's a link below, or you can find one on my blog where there's a Ko-fi button saying, please buy me a coffee. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you again soon.